Today we will introduce how to diagnose engine valve timing with a 4-cylinder balance tester. After connecting the hose, use the special power cable to connect the positive and negative terminals of the vehicle battery. Then plug it into the DC 12 volts port on the balance tester. The 4-cylinder balance tester is now powered on. After startup, the screen will display CH1, CH2, CH3, and CH for channels. For cylinder 1 testing, select CH1. Take out the corresponding hose and connect it to the intake pipe on the throttle body assembly. Please pay special attention here. When testing any vehicle fault, make sure the spark plugs are properly installed and the valve clearance is within the standard range. After connecting CH1 with the bar graph displayed, turn on the ignition switch. After the ECU self-check is completed, hold the brake and start the engine. The tester shows a value of 65 kilopascals. However, this reading is affected because the spark plug is not installed. Press and seal the cylinder pressure hose on the spark plug side. During cranking, the vacuum pressure will decrease, and the reading is about 65 kilopascals. Please note that the 4-cylinder balance test is different from a compression test. For a compression test, the throttle should be fully open. For the 4-cylinder balance test, keep the throttle closed and start the engine directly while holding the brake. Make sure the spark plugs are properly installed. Now start the engine, and the vacuum reaches 65 kilopascals. A lower intake manifold pressure indicates better engine condition. Atmospheric pressure minus vacuum value equals the intake manifold pressure. The higher the vacuum value, the lower the intake manifold pressure. This indicates that the engine is operating normally. When testing 2 cylinders together, compare the balance between the 2 cylinders to determine whether the engine is working properly. This also has another special function. By switching the function button, you can enter the air-fuel ratio mode. The air-fuel ratio data helps determine the air-fuel mixture. You can also switch to the vacuum mode. During engine starting, you can measure whether the vacuum level is high or low. The higher the vacuum value, the lower the intake manifold pressure. Let's start the engine and test it. The current vacuum value is 36 kilopascals. So, atmospheric pressure 101 kilopascals minus vacuum value gives the intake manifold pressure. Besides the digital bar graph display, it can also switch to waveform diagnosis mode. During engine startup, vacuum is generated. The waveform moves downward. By observing the waveform pattern, we can determine whether the engine valve timing system is normal. You can observe the waveform shape and locate possible faults. Here is another useful function of the option button. For example, we are currently in bar graph mode. If you want to capture the vacuum value during testing, press the pause button. The current data will be frozen on the screen. This makes fault analysis easier. You can switch to waveform mode through the selection button. During starting, observe the vacuum value to evaluate engine vacuum performance. Start the engine, then press the pause button. The lowest vacuum value is close to 40 kilopascals. This represents the valve overlap, intake, compression, and power strokes. This allows you to quickly determine whether the valve timing system is operating normally. Thanks for watching.